Hey boos, in this video I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can hear.
Cause I'm a boss.
In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Amanda Seales. She recently went on a rant on Instagram and she was encouraging Black women to stay and date within their race. Now, logically speaking, it does not make any sense. And I'm going to break down why. I'm also going to get into what she actually said and why I don't agree with it. So, segregation was a thing in the 50s, and then we had the Civil Rights Act in 1964. So back then, being pro-Black, it made sense. Being pro-Black also means, dating within your race, marrying within your race, understanding the importance of the Black family structure. With that being said, times have changed. Now that we have integrated with the rest of the world, okay, we're no longer just speaking on the Black community. When I mean the rest of the world, whites, Asians, and just other races, now that we have integrated with them, pro-Black really, it leads you to a dead-end ditch, especially when it comes to Black women, because Black men are simply not checking for us. So when you have Black men who are not checking for Black women, what are we supposed to do? See, I hate it when people make comments like this about trying to tell Black women who they shouldn't date, because they don't have a solution to why Black men are not checking for Black women. They don't have a solution as to what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to move forward. I'm all for being pro-Black, but I'm pro-Black when it comes to issues of not being seen as equal within society. I don't care what it looks like in the dating pool. I don't care what it looks like when it comes to just like family and relationships anymore. It's all about how people treat us and if we're being treated equal. Pro-Black, that's what it means to me. Anything beyond that, anything out of those lines does not make sense within the integrated society that we live in. And Amanda Seales is not making any sense because she can't see beyond her privilege. And I can't stand light-skinned women like this when they can't see beyond their privilege. They're so fixated and they're in their own world that they can't see beyond their privilege.
So can we just collectively stop instructing Black women that if they want to find romance, that they need to find them a white man? I literally just had someone say to me if you're having trouble with your dude, you need to get you a white man. What? No, I need the brother that I'm in love with to get it together. When you tell me that my solution is to simply find a white man, you're insulting that brother, you're insulting brothers, you're insulting my intelligence, and you're doing so because you're literally just making a falsehood. Since when do all white men have it together? Since when is there this concept that they are actually the better option simply because they're white men? Last I checked, white men are the ones that are going in places and shooting everybody up. And also, if you ask the Hannahs, they will tell you, Brad is trash.
I said, stop telling Black women that white men are going to save them. And my comments are now people saying, well, you can say that because you're light-skinned. Dark-skinned women don't have Black men checking for them like that. So that's why it's okay for people to tell them to go look for white men. Now I have dark-skinned Black women on my page telling me that white men can be a savior for them because Black men don't want them. If y'all want to believe that, go right ahead. But don't blame my light skin on my not wanting to believe that. Don't. And so now the issue today is Amanda is light skinned and has no place to talk about whether or not people should advise Black women to date white men. I can't make that logical. And I would really appreciate if dark-skinned women would stop telling light-skinned black women that we are speaking from the point of view of being a white woman.
Honestly, I feel like she's just not trying to see where dark skinned women are coming from. If black men are not checking for them, what are they supposed to do? See, she doesn't have a solution for that. This is her solution. Let me read you this tweet. I'm not saying Serena Williams is a coonette, but me personally, I would rather be with an abusive and toxic black man than to date outside of my race. That's just something I could never do, but she did her best with black men, so to each his own, I guess. That is the type of vibe that I get from Amanda Seales. She wants us to put up with abuse. She wants us to put up with toxic behavior and poor treatment within our marriages or our relationships, all for the sake of pro-blackness. And this will lead black women to a dead end ditch. And I'm starting to view the pro-black movement and the pro-black community a place where it leads black women to a dead end ditch, because it takes two to tango. And if black men are not checking for black women, it leads us to a dead end ditch when it comes to pro blackness in the pro black community. It just does not make sense. If black men are not checking for black women, there's no such thing as pro blackness. So Amanda Seales is not making any sense. And honestly, it just comes down to her not being able to see outside of her privilege, not being able to see beyond the privilege that she has. So she can sit there and she can lay there and she can rant all day about what black women can do. But in reality, if she can't see past her privilege, she's never going to be able to understand where dark-skinned women, dark-skinned black women are coming from. You have to be able to take a look outside of yourself and your privileges to understand others, and she simply cannot do that. I know I'm going to get clocked for this, so let me go ahead and address this now. I have spoke about pro-blackness. I've also spoke about the black family structure, and it's something that I want because it's something that I saw growing up. I want tradition. I want to be able to relate to my spouse on so many different levels. So I would prefer to be with a black man, but that may not be in the cards for me, and that may not be in the cards for many of black women in this new generation of men. You know, that may not be us. That may not be our thing. So at the end of the day, I want black women to be well taken care of and loved properly. I want black women to stop accepting struggle love in relationships. So if that means you guys have to step outside of the pro-blackness, step outside of your race and be loved on properly and to be taken care of, then I'm going to encourage you to do that on this platform. Yes, I cap for black men. Yes, I cap for the black family structure, but the reality is 24% of black men are marrying out of their race, and that does not include the dating pool. That does not include the dating scene. Another thing that I want to point out, I can't help but notice this, but as of lately, I really feel like the pro-black movement doesn't really acknowledge colorism. Am I the only one that has been noticing that lately? Like, and it's making me want to remove myself from the whole movement completely. I'm starting to view pro-black as problematic as hell, you guys, because they try to ignore certain things as if it doesn't apply to you and your reality, because your skin is your skin. And I felt the same way when it came to like the feminist movement. I felt like they didn't acknowledge certain things within society, within our communities. You know, like feminists try to make it seem like black women, there isn't a double standard when it comes to our sexuality when you compare us to white women. So I can't help but notice lately that with her making her whole rant, Amanda making her whole rant recently, that they really don't acknowledge colorism within the pro-black community. My question of the day is, how can you be pro-black if you don't acknowledge colorism? And that's the vibe that I got from Amanda Seales. She doesn't want to acknowledge colorism, because if she did acknowledge colorism, she would understand why black women are looking to date white men. So that's all that I have regarding this video, you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you're notified for when I upload, and I'll catch you in my next one.